The title of this live is, do you need more money? Where do we get more money? The idea, I want to talk about the money part of things right now. And the reason why I think it's an important topic, it's because these last 3 years, the last 3 COVID years, I can't believe I just said that, 3 years of dealing with this fucking COVID stuff. Okay, so the things that we have to look at as far as the last 3 years, this COVID stuff that's going on. The biggest problem we've seen is that a lot of money has been printed, right? The governments are just printing and printing and printing and printing, which means the value of each dollar that you have in your pocket is going down, right? Supply and demand. The more that is put out there, the less value each dollar has. And if there's something that we all know is that over the last 20, 30 years, even 10, 5 years, is the value of your dollar's gone down. Everything seems to be a little bit more expensive and you're still getting the same salary coming in. Now, what happens also is that, I mean, unless you're one of the directors at CBC and you're gonna get part of that $30 million bonus that they all got, we need to find more money. So at some point, you can cut your costs. You can cut your costs as much as you want, but at some point, you still need a roof over your head. You still need a car to get to and from work. You still need to put fuel into your car to get to and from work, to get a salary that comes in. So the thing that we're seeing is that the value of our dollar is going down. It's not as if we're going to get a raise. Like I said, unless you work for one of the directors at CBC or at these high firms that are in cahoots with the government where they're getting massive bonuses, everyday people like you and I, we're not getting raises. The cost of our groceries has gone up exponentially. Like, we know people who are up in Canada, their iceberg lettuce is now between $8 and $11. Fucking kidding me? It's iceberg lettuce. It shouldn't be at that price. Price of fuel has not stopped. It's gone up, 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 up. Like, they're above $2 a liter in Canada, or if it has come down, it's still in the 180s. In the US, we've seen California that's anywhere between $6 and $8 a gallon. The price of fuel has gone up. Now, things we need to consider, and my conspiracy theorist friends will love this, even though these are facts. There's over 100 food. Let me just say that one again and try to say it properly this time. There is over 100 food processing plants in the U.S. who've burnt down. What a freaking coincidence! What do you think happens when a food processing plant goes down? Well, they're not processing food. If they're not processing food, what do you think is going to happen in your grocery store? You're not going to find those foods because they can't process them. Price of fuel has skyrocketed and gone up. Well, who needs fuel? Well, the truckers do. So if it's costing them more to put fuel into their trucks, either companies are going to go belly up, or the price of whatever they're putting in the grocery store is going to go up. Do you see where they're actually coming together here? Price of your groceries goes up because your fuel goes up, and your truckers need more. The price of the fuel goes up, therefore the price of what you're buying in store goes up. And the price of the fuel going up is going to affect the number of companies that can still survive and bring your goods to your shelves. You see where I'm going right now? And like I said, the government is printing money left, right, and center. So the value of your dollars going up, they're going down. I do apologize. Everything that you find in a store is going up. The price of your fuel is going up. So your dollar is worth less and less and less and less, unfortunately. So the one thing you can do, like I said, you can either lower your cost, but at some point you can just lower it so much. The other option is you got to make more money. If you have a 9-to-5 job, and there's obviously nothing wrong with that, but if you have a 9-to-5 job and that's your sole source of income, you are now at the whim of your company. They decide to fire you, you're gone. I was fired back in July. Didn't have a source of income. I was actually working on a source of income, so we're good there. We have other sources, but I had to double down and say, okay, let's lower our costs and let's start making more money. Okay. Now, to make more money, whether you change jobs to go to a company that gives you more money for the same job or whatever, or you find a new source of income, right? You got to find more money somewhere. Excuse me. So there's different possibilities. You could start a business, whether it's home-based or you have a storefront. Problem with that is I'll give you an example. If you want to start a franchise, whether it's KFC, whether it's McDonald's, Tim Hortons, or Dunkin' Donuts, you're going to need between $1 and $2 million to start and get into that franchise. Who the fuck's walking around with $1 and $2 million? Yes, I know you can start it lower and leverage it up, but you still need a lot of dinero to get it started, and you have to follow every single process. Now, for some people, that's good. They need that roadmap that's very, very clearly defined. But if you want to get creative, sometimes you can't because you have to follow these processes. It's kind of like having a condo. You think you own it, but the HOA will decide what you're going to put outside or not put outside because it's not going to go with their plan. Okay. Now, the other option, and I'll give you a quick example. We have a good friend of ours who wanted to start a spin cycle class. Basically, overall, sorry, a little hummingbird just came by and it totally distracted me. She wanted to start her own business, rented a spot in a gym, got some bicycles, and wanted to start her spin cycle class. And she was online and try to get attention of people and like come see this free class and then try to get people to come in. It was all fine and dandy. They put in $60,000 into the spin cycle because you had to rent the space, you had to get your bicycles, you had to get other teachers because you can only do so much by yourself, right? Um, they put $60,000 into this, and unfortunately, it didn't take off like they were hoping it would. That is a lot of money going out in an economy that's going down. So that was really, really tough. Other option is we all know the terms MLM, multi-level marketing, network marketing, or social selling, right? Now, the very first thing I want to do before we start talking about network marketing, MLM, social selling, whatever term you want to use, I want to talk about the elephant in the room. It's a pyramid scheme. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. A pyramid scheme, two words, pyramid and scheme, right? Start at the top and then you trickle down, trickle down, trickle down, trickle down, right? That's what a pyramid would look like. Name me one company that isn't in the form of a pyramid. You have your president, CEO, you've got your executive vice presidents, you have your vice presidents, you have your directors, you have your employees. It's a fucking pyramid. It's the same thing. It is the exact same thing. So that is not an issue. So if that's not an issue, then what is the issue? The word scheme? Let's talk about that. A scheme is illegal, right? A scheme is something that is criminal, that is illegal. It's not civil, it's criminal. So what is criminal? I'll give you $400. I'll find four people to give me 400 each. And then we walk away with $1,600. There's no service or product involved in that. That is just money laundering. It is illegal to just do money. But if you have a product, if people are using the product, if you have a lot of customers, consumers using the product, if it's a legal, good product, it is not a scheme. Every company that exists on the planet has customers. You can be a brand ambassador for pretty much any company out there. You go on their website and you go down to the bottom and you'll find maybe associates link, association, brand partnership. You'll find all sorts of words where, like, if I wanted to, I could start talking about Dyson vacuums because I like them for whatever reason. And I'm going to put a link because I'm a brand ambassador of Dyson. You go there, you get a discount. I get a kickback, right? That's how that works. So products that you recommend, you get a kickback of. Well, what's the difference from network marketing to that? There is no difference. It's the same fucking thing. The difference, though, is that the kickback that I'm going to get from Dyson, just a little bit. When you go to network marketing companies, they invest less money into marketing and billboards and advertisement and commercials on TV, blah, blah, blah. What they do is that people like you and I who get involved in network marketing for a company, they pay us nicely, very nicely, to talk about their products, which means you get more money in your pocket than if you just talked about, the latest Dyson or the latest product that you saw at Walmart or whatever you find along the way. You can talk about these things. a backpack that you use and you start talking about the backpack, you get a little kickback from Mountain Equipment Co-op, for example, right? You get a little bit of money, but you got to find something that is in line with you, your values, and what you represent. There are tons and tons of network marketing companies out there. Ooh, the hummingbird again. God, I love hummingbirds. You could have, for example, Monet, if you want to talk about hair products, Young Living doTERRA, if you want to talk about essential oils, Beachbody, fitness, moving your body. The ones we all know, Avon calling, Amway, Herbalife, Tupperware. Tupperware. Do you know that people actually have Tupperware parties, invite people over into their home, have Tupperware parties, talk about Tupperwares, and then sell Tupperware, and they make a kickback off that? I mean, if that's your jam, then you go for it. Like if you love talking about Tupperware, talk about Tupperware. I decided to partner up with the mental wellness company because mental wellness is important to me. I've gone through my own struggles, mental health, anxiety, depression. My wife has dealt with anxiety, depression, and mental health. And we know a bunch of people who've dealt with anxiety, depression, and mental health. And to me, because I've gone through it and still going through, you're never completely out of it. I know how I feel and I know how I felt when I started. And now I found what will help me get through it. And it's helping me every single day. So that is something that's important to me. That is somebody I want to partner up with. Like, what do you want to talk about? Hair products? I usually shave my head. I got a mohawk because my 8 or 9-year-old boy asked me to get a mohawk with him. So obviously, hair products is probably not something I'm going to want to talk about. Avon, Amway, Herbalife, Tupperware, those are not things that interest me, and that's okay. Now, Joseph, how do we find these people? Go on your Instagram or on your Facebook and just put a message out there. Hey, looking for multi-level marketing, social selling, or network marketing companies. Or if you already have one that you are interested in, who is the Monet girl who sells this stuff? And somebody will reach out to you, I promise you. So find what's in line with you, with your values, and with something that you would be comfortable promoting, and just go see. You don't have to dive in head first. Just go see what it is. And the thing that is super, super important, I think, for everyone, and what really, really caught my attention is I wanted to try the product to see, first of all, if it helps me, if I saw any change. Because if I'm going to try a product and it doesn't affect me, how the hell am I going to talk about it saying, oh my God, it's so amazing? No, find something, try it. Go small, go slow, right? And then build up from that point on. Like I said, I partnered up with the mental wellness company because I tried their product because I was having issues with that 3 o'clock lull, lag, lack of focus, lack of drive. So from 3 in the afternoon or 2 in the afternoon, I would just like become a big lump, and I didn't have a drive to keep working on my business, hang out with my kids, do something extra, whether it's workout, whether it's go for a walk, whatever it might be. Started using their products, and I immediately saw a change, a difference. And I'm like, wait a minute here. Is this actually working for me? Yes, it is. Therefore, I'm going to continue. And then after trying it for a little bit, I'm like, this is something I can support. I'm comfortable with this. Now, what do I need to do from that point on when I say, yeah, this is a decent company? Research the source of the product. Are you comfortable with where it comes from? Right? Second, check the hierarchy. Who's up? Who started it? Why did they start it? For example, in the company that I chose, the mental wellness company, it was a real estate agent mogul and a gentleman, a scientist who was in the mental health industry. I'm like, real estate mogul, why would a guy be interested in that? When you do your research, I found out that this gentleman became very big in the real estate world, then got caught into addiction, fell into addiction, I should say, alcoholism. And it's something that he dealt with for a very long time. And he found his way out of it. So he has personal experience of this. He found a way out of it. And what helped him was connecting with Dr. Sean Talbot, who he was working on mental wellness, mental wealth, mental health, whatever term you want to use, because his brother passed away, unfortunately, many, many years ago. And his biggest thing was if I knew back then what I know now, I might have been able to help this person, this relationship. This person might still be here. So two big events in these people's lives have made them say, this has got to change. This can't stay like this. This is unacceptable. I want to be able to help myself, help my direct relatives, my direct circle, and start rippling out and helping other people. That spoke to me. And another thing that really caught my attention is that they are really looking for open-minded skeptics. That's me. I'm skeptic. I have a lot of trust issues with higher authorities, if I could say. My government has shown me that, yeah, I probably should have trust issues. The medical system has definitely shown me I should probably have trust issues. There's so many authority figures out there, your celebrities, your actors, your athletes, whatever, who are telling you to do things, and then you realize a couple of years later, it's like, yeah, that was bullshit. So it is okay to be skeptic, sorry, and it's okay and should be asking questions. And they're open to that. So when I heard them say, we love having open-minded skeptics, like, I got to look into this because I will ask you tough questions and I will find out the answers. And if it makes sense, I'm on board 100%. If it doesn't, sayonara. And unfortunately, that's why I was terminated back in July. I had questions. And instead of having a dialogue, like, yeah, you're a bother. Fuck off. You're fired. Go away. Anybody who hides from questions, in my opinion, and this is my opinion alone, might have something to hide. Anybody who is so secure in what they're offering and what they're saying and what they're teaching welcomes it. You have my attention. So find a product or a company that is in line with you. Do your research, right? Due diligence. We always talk about that. Find out if the hierarchy is trustworthy. Find out if there's been any issues. Find out if the source of their products. Find out if it's peer reviewed. Find out if it's scientifically backed. Ask questions, dig, ask the people who are promoting these, what got your attention? Why did you go for this company? Why this company and why not the other? Right? Ask these questions. I promise you there's somebody on your social media who is offering any of the products that I would mention. And let's be honest, there's a ton of other products. What makes sense for you? Dig, ask questions. I am fully supporting the mental wellness company because I have done my research. I'm very comfortable with what's offered. I've checked their products, I've tested their products, and I've seen immediately a big change. I don't have that 3 o'clock lull, lag feeling of just being a big lump in my chair. I have drive, I have focus, I'm excited. I'm now going for a walk every single day with my wife. I now exercise every single day. I've seen a change. So, hooray. Now, I'm not going to say this is a negative. I tried a product, and now that I know what it is, I'm like, fuck, I should have tried the products. All like the whole gamut of it, because now I see how beneficial it is. But I did start slow, and now that I started, okay, I'm gonna open up now. Let's try more products. So I've been doing the Happy Juice, and I mean it's called Happy Juice for a reason. I'm excited, and I've seen a difference, and that's what works for me. That is me. That is my value. That is what I wanted. Go do your research. Now, I promise you, like I said, there's somebody in your social network who is offering it. And if ever you don't know anybody, I know people who are in Monet, people who are in all these companies, Beachbody, couple actually don't know anyone. But anyways, Herbal, I know people who are in those fields. So if you don't find anyone in your circle, reach out to me and say, hey, Joseph, I'm interested in finding somebody who talks about this kind of product or a company that has these kind of values, and I'll just try and send you in the right direction. To be able to survive what's coming, you got to start taking care of yourself. And if you don't want to admit that you're going to start needing a lot more money, good luck, because it's coming down the pipe. We're having food shortages. We're seeing it in Canada. We're seeing it in certain places in the United States. The price is going up. Your dollar of your value is going down. You got to figure something out here. That is it for now. I hope this has brought value. Please reach out to people who might be able to help you and just go look at the product. You don't have to buy. Don't forget that. You're allowed to try stuff. You're allowed to ask about it. Do you have any videos to send me? Do you have any information to send me? Go do that. In our case, we have a 30-day guarantee. If you don't like it, send you your money back. Thanks for trying. Go try something else. That's okay, right? That's it for now. I hope you have a wonderful day. Reach out. Let's talk about this. Cheers.